What's going on, guys? Nick Anderson here, and we're in Boise, Idaho right now, my hometown, actually overlooking the whole city right now. But what I want to do for you is teach you a concept that you can use to build a bigger following in your business and have a mass amount of influence, without doing any prospecting at all. And this concept, you guys, is what I've been applying to my business and what I've been using for the past 2 years. And I want to teach it to you. We got Paul behind the camera, but basically, you guys, it's very, very simple. It's called study, do, teach. And when people get started with their business, they get trapped in a phase where all they do is study. All they do is absorb information, and they don't apply any of that into their business. You see people that are doing a lot of personal development, they're reading a lot of books, they're watching a lot of videos, but they're not producing results at all. Like, think about it this way, you guys. If you're in school right now, or maybe you graduated college, let's say people that are going to school to become a doctor, right? How many years does it take? It takes like 8 years to become a doctor, but while they're going through schooling, they're not earning the six-figure income that a doctor would earn. So they're studying, but they're not getting the results from it. The greatest part about network marketing that I love is you can continuously learn and get better, and at the same time produce results and start making money right off the bat. So the concept of study, do, teach is going to show you how to continuously learn, better yourself as an individual, better yourself as a leader in your organization, and produce results at the same time. So when you're studying, what should you be studying? You should be studying from people that simply have the results that you want. I mean, it's really that simple. Like, think about it like this. If you want to be good at basketball, who are you going to study? Michael Jordan, right? If you want to be good at golf, you're going to study Tiger Woods. I'm not going to take marriage advice from Tiger Woods, obviously. I take like pimping advice from the dude, but think about it in terms of like making money, right? If you want to make him a lot of money, you obviously learn from someone who has the result that you want, because you can't learn from someone who hasn't, achieved that result. It's like learning from, your friend that's working at like Burger King or McDonald's. They're not the best person to take advice from. So the people that I like to study from is, the greats like Jim Rohn, Anthony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Eric Worre, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Zig Ziglar. Those are just a few to start you guys off. And when you start listening to audios on a daily basis, and you start reading, from personal development books like Think and Grow Rich, that knowledge, you need to start applying it. You need to start doing it. Start using that into your life, and start that information they give you, just start applying it into your business right away, because you're going to learn 10 times quicker if you apply the information instead of, just hoarding it to yourself, because you'll forget a lot of things. Like, think about it this way, you guys. If you have a glass of water, and you're trying to fill it up, if you just keep pouring water into the glass, it's going to overflow, and it can only retain so much information. So how you can, be able to retain a lot more information is by emptying your glass into other people's glasses. Like, if you pour water, which is knowledge, into your glass, and you see people on your team in your organization, if you start sharing it, if you start teaching it to them too, what you're doing is you're simply emptying your glass into their glasses. You're filling their heads up with more information so they can in turn learn. And how you do that, you guys, it's like Google webinars, hangouts, conference calls. When you learn through personal development, have a webinar with your team to where you teach them what you learned in the audio that you listened to that day. Or, let's say you read 10 pages in a personal development book. You can in turn apply that into your business, teach it to a few people on your team. And let's say you don't have a team yet. Maybe you just got started in network marketing. What do you do then? How do you build a team? Making videos, you guys. When I started out in my business, I simply would do personal development, I would listen to an audio, and I would make a video teaching exactly what I learned in that word for word, but I would just add my own personal stories. And by doing that, teaching it to other people, I wasn't prospecting them. I wasn't talking about my company. I wasn't talking about my opportunity. I was simply talking about how they can better themselves as a person and get to the point where they're financially free, where they have time freedom to do what they want to do. So if you guys use that, if you apply that formula into your business, it's going to get you great results. But yeah, I just want to pass it off to Paul so he can give you some personal stories and some more examples of how you can apply this into your business.
All right, so coming off of what Nick just told you, study, do, teach. It's something that so many people get focused on, the study. I mean, in an email that we recently sent you, I was talking to you guys about how there's always information overload when you get started in network marketing. All right, whether you've been involved for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or, a week, it doesn't really matter. I know of people in the industry that have been at every single event since the company started 20 years ago, yet they're still broke. So, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, all right? Don't be that person. See, don't get stuck in the study mode. I actually have a personal friend of mine, love him to death. But the thing is, what happened a lot is he'd study. I felt like he was a personal guru in the field of personal development. The guy would know absolutely everything there was to know about the subconscious mind, about your subconscious faculties, all right, about infinite intelligence, about this, that, this. The only problem was he didn't have a single result to show for it. Don't be that person. All right. I went through phases where I'd study. I'm like, my business is slow. It's not growing. Like, what do I do? Well, I need to study. I need to grow more in order to become more, to earn more. Reality is, what I love about network marketing as a whole is it's personal development with a check attached. All right. So as long as you're studying, go out and apply, teach. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this. I know I personally have. If you're in a car on a road trip, or you're in a car with a friend in a place you don't exactly know too well, and they're driving, you get to the destination, and if another friend or someone asks you, what are the directions, how'd you get there, you could probably not recall any of it. You just went through the same thing this person went through. You were in the same car, the same vehicle, yet this person knows exactly what happened because you know what, they were doing it. All right. Now imagine if they taught you the exact route. They know that route, step by step, because they'd literally be picturing. It fills in the blanks. You guys, it fills in the blanks. So you need to be continuously studying, doing, and teaching. Don't be stuck in that mode. If right now, if you're in that mode where, you're studying, you're reading a bunch of personal development, yeah, I'm just reading this, that, this, perfect. Now go teach someone. If you don't have a downline to teach you to, talk to your mom, talk to your dad, talk to your best friend, and tell them what you learned. Don't be embarrassed of it. Because as soon as you start to teach them, the blanks start to fill in. Your subconscious mind recognizes these patterns. And what happens is, as you're studying, you're doing it because you're talking about it and you're teaching it. All right. That being said, you guys, don't be that guy. I'm gonna call you guys. I'm gonna challenge you right now. Don't be that person that gets stuck in study mode. Instead, teach it.